Hello students, last time we have completed different type of insect pest which includes the crop pest, stored grain pest, veterinary pest, etc. So today we will explain the non-insect pest. In addition to insect pest, many other animal pests attack the agricultural crops, stored grains, vegetables, fruits and the stored products, and cause much loss or damage to them. In India, it has been estimated that about 5 to 10% of damage to the agricultural crops and stored products is caused by non-insect pests. The important non-insect pests which cause damage are rats in fields and warehouses, then bandicoots, wild animals like jackals and pigs, birds, crabs, snails, etc. So we'll explain a brief account of some non-insect pests and their control measures. So first we'll explain about the important vertebrate pest or non-insect pest, that is rats and bandicoots. Rats and bandicoots damage the agricultural crop plants like rice, wheat, jowar, sugarcane, etc. by cutting down the plants and feeding on them. The groundnut crop is also attacked by rats during the harvest. Rat burrows can also damage the irrigation canals. Rat cause heavy damage to the stored grains in the godowns. It has been estimated that a single rat consumes about 9 kg of the food grains per year. It has been found that rats spoil about 10 times more than it consumes due to the contamination of the food grains by its excreta. In India, it is estimated that the rat population is about 2,400 millions. So, thus, the rats and bandicoots are of great economic importance as far as the loss or the damage to the crops in the field as well as in the storage is concerned. The common species of the rats recorded in India are Rattus rattus, commonly called as black rat, and Rattus norvegicus, commonly called as brown rat. So these are the two important varieties of the rat, and the black rats are the expert climbers and prefer to live in the roofs of the buildings. So the black rats are expert climbers and can live in the roofs of the buildings or godowns or warehouses, and can feed upon the large quantity of stored food grains and causing their loss or damage. The rats as well as bandicoots are prolific breeders, and their breeding period starts at the age of 3 to 4 months old and continue through the year, and a single female produces 5 litters in a year, and each litter usually consists of 9 to 10 young ones. Thus, a pair of rat may give rise to about 800 young ones in a year. So rats and bandicoots are the prolific breeders, and their breeding rate is very vast, or producing a large number of individuals or the young ones in a year, and they start their breeding activities at the age of 3 to 4 months and continue throughout the year, and a single female can produce 5 litters each with a 9 to 10 young ones, means each of the female can produce about 45 to 50 number of young ones in a year, and a pair of rat may give rise to about 800 young ones in a year. So this is what the number of the rats produced uh, in a year, and that will ultimately cause a much of the loss of the crops or the stored food grains in the storages. In coastal areas of Maharashtra, the coconut is reported to be damaged by the rats. They remains in the crowns of the coconut and palm, feeding on the nuts of all stages. So the rats are also causing much of the loss or damage to the crops like coconut or the palm and feeding on to the nuts of all stages. They not only damage the grains and crop plants, the rats and bandicoots not only damage the grains, food grains or the stored grains and crop plants, but also act as a carrier for some pathogens leading to produce diseases like a plague. Rattus rattus is the common species of the rat. Rattus rattus or a black rat is the common variety of the rat, nocturnal in habit. Bandicoots are also nocturnal in habit. They have elongated pointed muzzle used for rooting the soil or for the preparation of the burrows. They are paste of grains in the field and stored grains in the houses and godowns and root crops as like a rat. So the bandicoots are somewhat larger in size. They are also a rodent and nocturnally inhabit, having elongated pointed muzzle, and this elongated pointed or strong muzzle is used for preparation of the burrow or rooting the soil. They are the paste of grains in the field and stored grains in the houses and the godowns and root crops as like a rat. So rats and bandicoots both are having much importance as far as acting as the pest and damaging or causing much of the loss of the stored grains in the storehouses or even the variety of crops in the field also. So these are the images. The upper one, that is a rat showing brown and black rats. The first one is brown rat, that is Rattus norvegicus, and second one, that is a black rat, that is Rattus rattus. In a lower one, the bandicoots. The first one is southern brown southern brown bandicoot, and second one is a wild type of the bandicoot. So these are the images showing the rats and the bandicoots of different types. Then control measures. Rats and bandicoots can be killed by anyone or combined methods described below. The first method for the control of the rat is hunting. So hunting consists of a group of persons accompanied by rats, accompanied by cats and dogs. So cats and dogs, so pet animals or the domestic animal like cat and dogs can be used for the hunting of the rats. So this requires a group of person with cats and dogs. Men dig out the rat and bandicoot holes or burrows, and when the rats and bandicoots comes out of the holes or burrows, cats and dogs kill them. At times, the burrows can be flooded with the water to force the rats and the bandicoots out. They can be killed mechanically. So these are the two type of hunting methods. One, that is use of the cats and dogs. So first, the man or the person will dig out the rat or bandicoot holes or burrows, and when the rats and bandicoots comes out of the burrow, cats and dogs kills them. Or even The one can flood the land so as to fill up the burrows with water. So ultimately, the flooding of the water in the burrows will force the rats and bandicoots to come out. And when these rats and bandicoots comes out, which are then killed mechanically, then second method, that is use of traps. This is also a old method to catch the rats by various mechanical devices which are used in modified form in a different locality to control the rats. This method takes much time and manpower, so practically it is very difficult to apply uh, the use of traps in the larger field areas. This method is also practiced in houses to catch rats. So with the help of traps containing some attractive food near their burrows, rats can be trapped. If one of the rat is caught in the trap, due to the strong instinct of self-preservation, others keep away the trap. Means this is the drawback where the no more number of rats can be trapped in the trap. Thus, the traps are ineffective in a large scale operations because in the trap there may be only one rat get caught, but others will pass away, move away so as to uh, self preservation or the self protection. The other rats will pass away, move away from the traps. So this is the drawback, and thus the traps are ineffective in a large scale operations. So for the control measures we can use hunting method or use of traps. Then third one, that is chemical control or a poisoning. So in chemical control or in a chemical mean, we can use the variety of toxic chemicals or the poisons or the poison baits so as to kill the rats. So the chemical means of rat control have proved to be most effective against rat war. Chemicals of various nature and origin are applied with different modes of action affecting the rat population. So there are certain type of chemical preparations which are very effective in controlling rats and bandicoots as a poison baits. So there are different type of chemicals or poisons which we can use in the form of poison baits for the control of rats and bandicoots. The first one, zinc phosphide. This is very common poison used to kill the rats and bandicoots. It is a black colored amorphous poisonous powder which evolve or release a phosphine gas when it comes in contact with moisture or water. The preparation of poison bait is as about 500 gram of moistened uh, wheat flour is mixed with 30 gram of the zinc phosphide poison, and the baits are prepared to about 200 pills of equal size. Two pills can be kept near the mouth of the burrow in the evening. For the bandicoots, beds of little larger size are used. So, the use of poison beds by using the zinc phosphide, that is 30 gram of the zinc phosphide poison can be mixed with 500 gram of moistened wheat flour so as to prepare the 200 pills or the poison bends of the equal size, and two pills can be kept near the mouth of the burrow in the evening. For the bandicoots, the beds of little larger size are used. Then second type of poison can be used in the form of poison beds, that is barium carbonate. It is a weak poison and is satisfactory for use in houses. Barium carbonate is a white amorphous poison used for the destruction of the rats. Again, for the preparation of the poison beds, about 500 gram of barium carbonate is mixed with a 25 kg of sufficiently moistened bajra flour to prepare the rat beds or poison beds. So, half kg of the 500 gram of the barium carbonate is mixed with a 25 kilogram of the moistened bajra flour to prepare the poison beds. Again, third one, that is white arsenic. It is one of the arsenical compound and shows time effects like zinc phosphide. It is also useful for field rats and bandicoots. The poison bed preparation involved the following composition, that is white arsenic 12 gram, the white arsenic powder of poison, that is a 12 gram, cooked jawar flour 1000 gram, then groundnut kernel 250 gram, and sufficient water to make a thick paste. Then prepare small pills or cake of equal size and keep 2 or 3 pills in each burrow and then close the burrow. So this is the third type of chemical control measure. So in chemical control measure we can use the chemicals such as zinc phosphide, barium carbonate, white arsenic, and with a variable proportion we can prepare the poison beds and can be kept in the mouth of rat burrows and uh, can be kept in the evening, or in some cases we can close the burrows and uh, after eating these poison baits or the pills, the rat will get killed by its uh, particular mode of action or toxic action. Then fourth one, strychnine sulfate, strychnine sulfate. As this chemical is highly toxic to the human beings, hence it should be used only when other poisons have failed. So when the previous three poison bait preparation fails to control the rat or bandicoots, then strychnine sulfate, like highly toxic uh, chemical or a rodenticide, can be used. So for the preparation, dissolve 30 gram of tricycline sulfate in 60 ml of warm water. Then heat 2 kilogram of jaggery in 500 ml of water to prepare thick syrup. Then mix these two both solutions, these solutions, that is 30 gram of tricycline sulfate which is dissolved in 60 gram or 60 ml of warm water. This is first solution, and second one, that is the 2 kilogram of jaggery in a 500 ml of water to prepare this thick syrup. So these two solutions mixed together and add to this a 14 kilogram of a previously soaked flour for 12 hours in water to make approximately 15-gram balls or the poison baits. And in each of the rat burrow, about 15 poison baits can be kept, and then it is closed with a mud. So the preparation of strychnine sulfate poison baits will have to dissolve 30 gram of tricycline sulfate in a 60 ml of warm water, then heat 2 kilogram of jaggery in a 500 ml of water to prepare thick syrup. Then these two solutions are mixed together and then it is mixed with a 14 kilogram of previously soaked flour for 12 hours in a water, and the mixture of all these three uh, will be used for the preparation of the poison beds of the triacetin sulfate, and the poison ball or the beds prepared then can be kept in the rat burrows, and the rat burrows are then closed with the mud. Then next one is kula seeds. Boil about 150 gram of the seeds in a 2 liter of water so as to soften the seeds. Then crush and continue boiling to get 100 gram of the extract. So for preparation of the uh, poison beds, for the preparation of the poison beds from the kula seeds, first we'll have to boil about 150 gram of the seeds in a 2 liter of water so as to make or so as to soften the seeds. Then crush these seeds and continue boiling to get 100 gram of the extract. Then for the application, we'll have to follow the steps described for the triacetin sulfate. Means 150 gram of the seeds, 150 gram of the kola seeds boiled in a 2 liters of water so as to soften them. After softening or boiling, the kola seeds are then crushed and continue the boiling to get 100 gram of extract from the 2 liter of water. Then this particular 100 gram of extract of the kola seeds then mixed with a 500 ml of the thick syrup prepared from 2 kilogram of the jaggery, and then again mixing these two with a 14 kilogram of the previously soaked flour for 12 hours in a water. So again 14 kilogram of the previously soaked flour, then a jaggery syrup, and the 100 gram of the uh, kola seed extract are mixed for the preparation of the poison beds, and these poison beds or the balls are again kept or put into the rat burrows for the destruction or the killing of the rats. Then next one is that is warfarin. So warfarin is a popular rodenticide available in market. The action of this poison is slow but causing internal hemorrhage. 0.5% warfarin beds are readily available in the market, and these poison beds must be eaten by rats for 4 to 5 days continuously to cause the death effect. Means these are the rodenticides. Warfarin is a rodenticides, and 0.5% warfarin beds are readily available in the market. So these warfarin beds can be used in the rat burrows so as to kill the rats. So beds must be eaten by the rats for 4 to 5 days continuously so as to kill or so as to cause the death effect. Warfarin is highly toxic to other animals, hence one should take care while handling. Rats are more suspicious to the new beds, so initially non-poisoning pre-baiting for 2 to 3 days is essential to train the rats to come to regular feeding points. And on third or fourth day evening, poison beds may be kept in the mouth or in the burrows so that the rats means previously so as to feed the warfarin beds will have to train the rats before, because there should be A continuous feeding of the warfarin beds for the period of 4 to 5 days so as to get the death effect. On the next morning, the dead rats must be immediately removed with the uneaten beds. Means after killing of the rats due to the feeding of the warfarin beds on 4th or 5th day, we'll have to remove the killed rats or the dead rats and uneaten beds. The composition constitutes one part of warfarin. The warfarin beds contains one part of warfarin and 19 part of the food of bran and vegetable oils. So for the preparation of the warfarin beds, one part of the warfarin and 19 parts of the food material like a bran and the vegetable oil is used for the preparation of the warfarin beds. Prakash in 1976 has mentioned that poison-fed rat suffers by weakness due to loss of blood and death may occur after 3 to 15 days of the poisoning. Then another product used for the destruction or the killing of rats and bandicoots, that is mush mush. This is similar to warfarin beds. This is also readily available poison beds in the market in a cake form. So mush mush is also readily available bed in the market in cake form, and it is widely used to control rats from rice, sugarcane, coconut and soybean fields. So for the destruction of the rats from the fields of the rice, sugarcane, coconut and soybean, we can use the mush mush bait in for the destruction or killing of the rats. one or two one or two cakes are placed in each of the rat hole at 5 to 10 meters interval along bunds in the fields. For the coconut and oil palm, place two cakes on the crown or top and at the base of each of the bunch of fruits. This rodenticide or TC-side 85 to 100% rats with a single feeding and application of mush mush is most economical and effective. Means 85 to 100% rats get killed. About 85 to 100% of the rats get killed by feeding this rodenticide with a single feeding or single application. Then another product or the rodenticide, namely ratoon, mortine, rat kill, etc., are also readily available in the market in cake form, and these are equally effective as mush mush for the control of rats and bandicoots. So, in addition to the chemical treatments or the use of poison baits of different chemicals such as zinc phosphide, barium carbonate, white arsenic, strychnine sulfate, kulha seeds, warfarin, or mush mush, ratoon, mortine rat kill. So these are the different type of poison baits or the chemicals can be used in the form of poison baits for the control of rats. In addition to these chemicals, we can employ the fumigation technique also. So in fumigation involves the treatment of rat burrows with the use of poisonous substances called as cyanogas A dust, cyanogas A dust or sulfose tablets. The cyanogas A dust is a powder. The cyanogas A dust is a powder which, when comes in contact with the atmospheric moisture, when it comes in contact with atmospheric moisture, liberates hydrogen cyanide gas. It is highly toxic to rats, bandicoots, and other animals. So, sulfose is in a tablet form containing 3 gram of aluminum phosphide. It contains 3 gram of aluminum phosphide. So, the fumigation of the rat burrows with the use of poisonous substance like sulfose A dust or a sulfose tablet for the fumigation of the rat burrows. The cyanogas A dust powder, the cyanogas A dust is a powder, and when it comes in contact with atmospheric moisture, it liberates hydrogen cyanide gas, and this hydrogen cyanide gas is highly toxic to the rats and bandicoots and other animals, and thus the sulfose tablets or cyanogas A dust, that is a powder of cyanogas A dust or sulfose tablets, can be used for the fumigation of the rat burrows, and which can kill the rats and bandicoots or other animals due to the release of gas called as hydrogen cyanide. So sulfose is in a tablet form and it contains 3 gram of aluminum phosphide. Then mode of application of the uh, fumigants. Apply the powder dust of the cyanogas A by foot pump or the fumigator into the burrows having occupant rats, and then close the mouth of the burrows with a mud. So after fumigation of the rat burrows with a cyanogas A by the foot pump or a fumigator, we can close the mouth of the burrow, rat burrow, with mud. So about 200 gram of calcium cyanide A is enough to treat the 100 burrows, while for the sulfose tablets, 2-3 tablets are put in each burrow. So for the fumigation purpose, when we use the sulfose tablets, 2-3 tablets can be kept into each of the burrow, or about 200 gram of calcium cyanide A is enough to treat the 100 burrows of the rat for the fumigation purpose. In both the cases, we can close the rat burrows with mud. So after keeping either sulfose tablets to at the rate of 2 to 3 sulfose tablets per burrow, or about 200 gram of calcium cyanide A is enough to treat the 100 burrows or the fumigation of the 100 burrows. So we can use these two type of fumigants, either calcium cyanide A or the sulfose tablets for the fumigation of the burrows, and after fumigation or after the treatment of the rat burrows, close the rat burrows with mud. Both can be used in warehouses and godowns in the same procedure like field treatment. So, uh, for the control of the rats, we can employ the hunting method or the use of traps, use of different type of chemicals in the form of poison baits, and we can also use the suitable fumigant in the rat burrows for the control of the rats. The following precautions should be taken during the construction of the warehouses and the godowns. So, for control of the rat or to avoid the rat infestation or the attack in the storage godowns, we can take some precautions while construction of the warehouses and the godowns. That is, doors are constructed in such a way that the space left between the lower edge of the doors and the floor should be less than 1 centimeter so as to avoid the movement of the rats into the storage godowns. So there should be very little space, that is 1 centimeter, between the lower edge of the doors and the floor. The bottom of the doors must be covered. The bottom of the doors must be covered with metal cups or plastic cups. Then flooring, the entire flooring or the floor of the warehouses and godowns should be without cracks and crevices or the gaps, and if such are there, it should be properly closed by using cement, concrete or suitable material. Then ventilators, windows, rainwater drain pipes, etc. should be made rat proof by covering them with a wire netting or a mesh with a less than 1 centimeter pore size. So ventilators, windows and rainwater drain pipes should be made rat proof by using the wire nets with a mesh size less than 1 centimeter. Then another method for the control of rats can be used, that is electrocutting. In many advanced countries, iron fences carrying electric charges or electric current are placed around the fields infested with rats so that rat when move across and comes in contact with the electrically charged fences get killed. So use of fencing around the infested fields we can use, or we can use the electrocutting or a charge in the fencing. This method is very useful, but due to inherent danger of electrocution to the man or electric shocks to the man and other animals, such a device is not practicable in India. So electrocutting, that is the use of electric current in the uh, fencing of the rat infested field, use of fencing with the electric current, use of fencing around the crop field infested with a rat by the fencing with the electric current can be used, but this can cause electrocution or electric shocks to the man and other animals, and thus such device is not practicable in India. Then use of ultrasonic devices. Henry Simon in 1967 has recommended that ultrasonic waves are very much powerful killers of the rats without any damage to the human beings. So use of the devices which can produce ultrasonic waves. So ultrasonic devices which are producing ultrasonic waves, which are very powerful killers of the rats without any damage to the human being. So ultrasonic equipments are now available in the market which can produce sounds or the sound waves inaudible to the human ears. But such sounds which kills the or which will cause the pain and the irritation in the ears of the rat. So rats exposed to such sounds may eventually die. Such equipments may be used both indoor and outdoors. It has been claimed by one manufacturer of such proprietary machine or the ultrasonic device or the equipment that the rats can be eliminated within 72 hours. Ultrasonic methods can be used only in godowns and warehouses with the facilities of the electricity. So, with the use of ultrasonic devices, we can treat the godowns and the warehouses so as to eliminate the rats. So ultrasonic equipments which are now available in the market, which can produce sound waves or the sounds inaudible to human ears, but such sounds which will cause pain and irritation in the ears of rats, and rats exposed to such sounds may eventually die. And such equipments may be used both indoor and outdoors for the control of rat or the treatment of the rat. It has been claimed by one manufacturer of such a, proprietary machine or electrosonic ultrasonic device that the rats can be eliminated within 7 to 2 hours. So with use of the ultrasonic equipments, rat can be killed within 7 to 2 hours. So ultrasonic methods can be used only in godowns and warehouses with facilities of the electricity. So these are the different type of control measures can be employed for the control of rats. So with this, we'll stop here, and next time we'll continue the remaining type of non-insect pest. Thank you.